Hello, I'm Org, and in this video I'd like to talk about the new premium tanks coming in patch 9.7. I was planning on doing a video on each of them, but I thought I could stick them together in one video simply because they're both actually fairly straightforward tanks. Up first we have the M56 Scorpion, which is a tier 7 US tank destroyer. And I say it's pretty straightforward in that it's basically your pretty typical glass cannon. It's got a 90mm gun, which is pretty alright at tier 7, does around 250 damage per shot and it's got good penetration. Its rate of fire and accuracy, I prefer a better of both, but it's not awful. And it's actually got pretty good mobility. Now, one thing I was a bit surprised at was it's not turreted, but it's actually got, well, really good traverse for a non-turreted tank. But the one big downside of this is that it's got no armour. As in, I think it's actually got 1mm of armour all around on the turret. Maybe it was the hull. 1mm of armour. Basically, anything that hits you is going to do damage to you. And that's actually probably all you really need to know about this tank. As you see, that's pretty straightforward. This is the best game I managed to have in it. Starts off a bit slow. I managed to put a shot into that T54. Then I realised I should be trying to track it because it's about to move. But for some reason I aimed for the rear wheel when the front wheel was, right there. Until when it starts driving forward, I missed, do no damage. I thought I'd be able to get a shot off in it there, but I can't. So instead I have to drive forward and try and get a second shot here, but as you can see, it's alright in this tank. It's got pretty good mobility, but I didn't arrive in time to get the kill. And now, where to go? I kind of decided to head back over to where I just was, to try and get shots into that Indian Panzer that's trying to move up the flank, especially since there's nothing in between it and our team's artillery. And I've got a shot on it, but with the aim time, I just didn't, well, I wasn't able to aim properly, so I didn't hit. Decided not to take a second shot here. One other thing is, looking at this tank, you'd think it would be pretty stealthy, have pretty good camouflage, but honestly, in the games I played in it, I didn't actually seem that great. But could possibly just be because I'm used to playing with a camo net, and I wasn't in this one, so maybe that's what the difference is. Anyway, shooting at an IS-6, it gives me the side of its turret there, and that's how you kill a tier 8 heavy tank in a, well, tier 7 tank destroyer. Okay, the Indian Panzers pop back up, and I wait and aim this time. Put a shot into the turret. You see, again, it reloads pretty quick, but not the fastest. And I don't quite get the kill, but I put another shot into its turret there. And it looks like most of the remaining enemies are in the town. So I'm going to go flanking in a tank with no armour. But it's got the right speed, so it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm just coming around here. I'm a bit worried about the Rheinmetall Borsig, since that can do a lot of damage to me, but fortunately there are some buildings in the way here. And I was planning on going around with those tanks and hitting the KV2 in behind, but I see the AMX CDCs coming rushing around. And I managed to get a second kill by hitting that when it came around the corner. And again, I was thinking of pushing around the KV2, but I decided against it because, again, I was just worried about the Rheinmetall. If I put myself forward to a position shoot at the KV2, I thought the Rheinmetall would be able to get me in the back. I see the KV2's fired and is pushing out though, so I go around the corner and shoot it in the back for kill number 3. And I was originally thinking I would go chase after the Rheinmetall, and right now I was expecting to actually shoot me in the side here, but, well, it wasn't there. And just seeing the numbers of tanks we have over there, and that the enemy also pushed up across the field I should say, I decided to come up here and see if I can put some shots into them as they try and advance. Just hiding the bushes here. I've got a pretty narrow firing opportunity here, but it should be sufficient to put a bit of damage into these enemy tanks. The downside of this plan is that it only works if the enemy advances. Which, as you can see, they don't seem to be doing. With one in the town now, so I decided to just start moving around a bit, see if I can spot anything. Well, obviously somebody spotted me, the STA-1, and I spot the Scorpion. And I was going to pull back to get shots in it, but I saw it was looking around at me. And fortunately the T54 got the kill there. Okay, I think the STA-1's actually hiding behind a bunker, and I was driving around here expecting to have a shot taken at me. But there wasn't one, so maybe it didn't spot me. So I'll pull back here and see, I'm kind of aiming to where I expect it to be, and now that it shot me, I'm pretty confident it's in those bushes behind that pillbox there. So I pull right back, using the wreck of that tank as cover between me and the STA-1. Watches all these tanks go right into its firing line, it doesn't take a shot. And I'm thinking maybe I'm out of its view range right now, so I pull back, or pull up, to where I can hopefully put some shots into it when it gets located. But I actually started moving there because I assumed it had moved because the T-71 would have spotted it otherwise, but I misjudged that. So I get into a position, I see it's aiming at me, so I take a shot and pull back. And it's pretty obvious that this STA-1 can spot me from there, while I can't spot it till it fires. So this isn't an ideal position to be in for me. And of course I make it worse by realising that I might maybe be able to get shots on the artillery from here. I move around a bit to say, nope, I don't. But that was opportunity enough for the STA-1 to shoot me in the engine, and since, well, I used my repair kit to repair my gun, that is me dead. And that's really the Scorpion for you. As I said, it's a glass cannon, decent gun. I did a fair bit of damage in that game, and well, the second people started shooting me, I died. Anyway, up here we have the T54 first prototype, which is a Tier 8 Soviet medium tank. And well, I'm going to say I really like this tank, but I never actually had a good game in it. This one and the next one were kind of two of the best bad games I had. It's just a case of every game I played in this tank, doesn't matter how many allies I went with, they all kind of melted around me, and I ended up fighting by myself against a whole bunch of enemies. And this time I can't really blame my team, since I've kind of gone off by myself to cover this flank, but whatever. Anyway, this T54, well, I find the easiest way to think of it is it's basically a stock T54, the Tier 9 medium tank, but it's got slightly worse armour and a lot worse mobility, but it's actually got a better gun, at least in terms, no, it's not in terms of anything, it's a better gun. It's got better rate of fire, better accuracy, better aim time, same penetration, same damage as the stock gun on the T54. So really, I'm thinking this is pretty alright in that sense. I mean, especially since it's down a tier. See me here putting shots into the AMX CDC, and I'm surprised I actually timed that well enough to guess when it was going to shoot, start pulling back, and well, my tracks absorbed the shot. Doesn't work a second time, and well, I forgot there was an IS-3 there, so I exposed my flank to it. Then I have to use my repair kit soon enough to fix my ammo rack. I was thinking about taking a shot at the LTTB, but I don't want to go in front of the IS-3 when I don't have to. Put another shot into the AMX CDC as it's going past, but as you see, my team's starting to crumble a bit on this hill on my flank. It's not surprising considering there are so many enemies there. And it looks like the only tank I have shot at is this KV4. And I didn't think I could penetrate there, but it was showing up green, so I took the shot. And there's another T54 prototype. I took a shot even though that had no hope of hitting, but well, this is a test server, so I'm always, well, I see about a third of a second behind what's happening. Again, another shot that, well, that could have gone through the building and hit it, but it obviously didn't. Why this guy keeps missing? But, well, I hit, but did no damage. I was shot by something. I assume the AMX CDC and the LTTBs finally come up and rush me. I think that was not a hit from the AMX. And that third one misses, and as you see, I am being rushed. And well, I basically had no hope at that point. This next game, it's even quicker. You'll get to kind of see what I was talking about with this tank's mobility being subpar. Well, perhaps subpar is the wrong thing. It's alright for a medium. It gets up to about 40 k's on flat ground, I think. You see it's going 37, 38 here. Actually a bit less than that, but... well, it does alright. It's got 40 odd degrees of hull traverse. But, well, just when I get going here, you can see I'm going with a Waffenträger E100 and a T57 Heavy behind me. And basically, I'm just not faster than them. I go at the same speed as a heavy tank and a tank destroyer based on a heavy tank's chassis. Except, well, I'm pretty sure they've both got way more armour than me and both got more powerful guns. But they are tier 10s and I'm only a tier 8. So this tank, in my mind, it's really all about the gun. It's a pretty good gun, and that was just poor driving on me, but it's a convenient way to let my team catch up with me. And well, here's the point where kind of my team starts dissolving. See, a T57's going up this way, so I figured, well, we're going to push here. But nope, we are going to camp here. Because Waffenträger's gone off by itself up that way, and I figured, well, it's going to need somebody to cover it while it's reloading, and that's probably my job. Gets one shot into the enemies, and it looks here like it's pulling back to reload. I managed to track the T57 Heavy, but the Waffenträger's dead. I decided to pull back, and I know I'm going to take a shot there. And then I go right around the corner, expecting these enemy tanks to fire down at me, but... or follow me around, I should say, but that will give the T57 behind me the opportunity to shoot. Put one into the 113, but take one in return. And I pull back some more, but the T57 Heavy is busy with an AMX. Managed to track the 113, and I angled my arm a bit too late, so I've very low hit points now. Put a shot into the lower plate. And because I angled, the T57's shot gets absorbed by my tracks. But I don't get a chance for the next one. And that's pretty much all I have to say about these premium tanks. They're both pretty straightforward, but, as I say, more or less pretty good. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.